Where does a legendary but fatal long-distance road race come into the history of the TAG Heuer Carrera? This story starts in mid-century Mexico. It was 1950, and the Mexican government needed a way to showcase the freshly built stretch of the Pan-American highway passing through the country. How did they do that? A pamphlet? A series of informative radio broadcasts? No. A grueling road race spanning more than 3,000 kilometers over 5 days that demanded literal blood, sweat and tears from its competitors. The Carrera Panamericana was widely known as the ultimate test of endurance. But in advance of the 1955 running, amidst high drama and multiple crashes in international motor racing events, the Mexican authorities shut it down. The race was gone, but an air of mystique remained. Almost a decade later, Mr. Jack Heuer met the parents of Pedro and Ricardo Rodriguez, the famed Mexican racing drivers who regaled him with tales of the mythical race. The strength and endurance of the drivers who took on what is now known as one of the planet's last great road races struck imagination with Jack. And thus, a timepiece collection as legendary as the race that inspired its name was born, the Carrera. What is it that makes the Carrera a favourite of racers and automotive enthusiasts? Deeply embedded with a sense of what motorsport lovers covet, the Carrera's design and history are what sets it apart. Inspired by Jack Heuer's love of racing, the Carrera's design was geared towards drivers who crave readability at high speeds. The clean and clear dial, the chrono scale on the rail outside of the hour markers, the plexi crystal that appears to magnify the dial. Bold, confident and elegant, the Carrera chronograph broke all the rules in the most beautiful way possible. And this is why it has brought so much joy to the world's best drivers, motorsport fans and collectors everywhere. What do racing, the Bauhaus movement, and mid-century modern architecture have in common? They all inspired the legendary designs of Mr. Jack Heuer. The first Heuer Carrera chronograph was created in 1963. By this point, Jack already had a well-known developed sense of style and taste under his belt, which was soon to move to his wrist. Mr. Heuer had a great fondness for the functionality and legibility of mid-century modern and Bauhaus design, particularly the works of the German architect Mies van der Rohe. This inspired the Carrera's refined, crystal-clear design and the distinctive, innovative collection that continues to conquer the hearts of racers and motorsport fans today. The TAG Heuer Carrera has long been synonymous with high-profile, legendary racing icons who have worn it. Back when he oversaw the creation of the Carrera, Jack Heuer knew that he wanted his watches associated with the most prestigious teams in the world, including Scuderia Ferrari. But getting to that point wasn't as easy as Googling Formula One HQ address and sending over a box of watches. It started in the 70s when Heuer was supplying timing equipment to the Ferrari F1 team, seen here being used by legendary timekeeper Jean Campiche. Being the savvy marketeer that he was, Jack got creative and prioritized endorsements and exposure with the technical partnership. He achieved this by getting the Heuer Carrera onto the wrists of celebrated Ferrari drivers, such as Niki Lauda, Clay Regazzoni, and Arturo Merzario, as well as technical chief Mauro Fighieri and legendary team principal Luca di Montezemolo. It wasn't just Ferrari team members who fell in love with the timepiece. Mario Andretti, Derek Bell, Mike Hailwood, James Hunt, Colin Chapman, they all wore Heuer Carreras. In addition to the most well-known drivers on the planet, the watches resonated with stars of film and music, with Mick Jagger known to rock a classic Carrera.